Try it right now. Take your own finger and run it along your ribs, the same spot, the same speed a sibling or a friend would use to make you scream with laughter. Nothing happens, no flinch, no giggle, barely a sensation at all. But let someone else do that exact same motion, same pressure, same location, and your whole body reacts like something just went wrong. That's strange when you think about it. Same touch, same nerves, same skin. So why does your body treat one version as nothing and the other as an emergency? It's the same question hiding behind so many moments when your body feels off for no clear reason. A jolt of stress over something small. A flinch at a sound that shouldn't matter. Your body seems to have rules about what deserves a reaction, and those rules aren't obvious from the outside. The answer isn't about your skin at all. It's about a prediction system in your brain that decides, milliseconds in advance, whether a signal deserves your attention. Which raises the real question this video is about. Why can't you tickle yourself? Here's what's actually happening. Your brain doesn't sit around waiting for sensations to arrive and then react. It predicts them before they happen. Every time you move, a part of your brain called the cerebellum is already forecasting the exact sensory outcome of that movement before it occurs. Think of it as a tiny weather station in your skull, constantly issuing forecasts for your own body. Here's the timing that makes this so strange. When you decide to move your finger toward your ribs, your brain doesn't just send the command to your muscles. It sends a second copy of that same command. But this copy goes straight to the sensory processing areas of your brain, instead of your muscles. Scientists call this an efference copy. It's essentially a heads-up message, arriving milliseconds before the actual touch does. Your sensory system gets the memo before your finger even makes contact. This is the difference between opening your eyes and stumbling on something in the dark versus knowing exactly where the step is because you placed it there yourself. Because that heads up already arrived. The moment your finger actually touches your ribs, your brain has nothing new to process. It already knew the pressure, the location, the timing, all of it. So the sensory signal that comes in gets muted, almost canceled out, before it ever reaches the parts of your brain responsible for alarm and attention. This is precisely why your own hand tickling your own ribs barely registers. The information wasn't new, it was already accounted for. Your alarm system essentially says, seen it, expected it, nothing to flag here. Now flip it, when someone else runs a finger along that same spot, there is no efference copy running ahead of it. Your cerebellum never issued a forecast for a movement it didn't initiate, so when that touch lands, it arrives at full strength, completely unmuted, and gets treated as new information. New information, especially involving physical contact with your body, is exactly the kind of thing your alarm system is built to flag. That's why the same pressure, same location, same motion suddenly produces squirming, laughter, or a full flinch when someone else delivers it. It's not that the touch itself is more intense, it's that nothing canceled it out in advance. This also explains something that seems almost like a magic trick. If you rig up a mechanical device to poke or stroke your ribs in the exact same pattern your own finger would use, you still react. You can predict, on some intellectual level, that the machine is about to touch you, but your cerebellum isn't generating a movement command for that touch, because you're not the one producing the motion. Without that internally generated motor signal, there's no efference copy to send ahead of time. The prediction system that matters here isn't about knowing intellectually what's coming. It's about whether your own motor system produced the action. No self-generated movement, no cancellation, no muting. This whole system exists for a good reason, and it connects directly to why your body seems to overreact to some things and shrug off others. Your alarm system evolved to prioritize the unexpected. If a sensation was already predicted and accounted for, reacting to it would waste energy and attention on something already known to be safe. But anything unpredicted gets treated as potentially meaningful, possibly even threatening, until proven otherwise. This is the same root cause behind goosebumps rising on your arms from an unexpected draft, or the tiny flinch you get when a bug lands on your skin before you even see what it is. These aren't overreactions. They're leftover pieces of a very old threat detection system, one that's still doing exactly what it was built to do: treat unpredicted physical contact as data worth reacting to. The Item shows up when someone touches you unexpectedly from behind. There's no partial prediction there at all, not even the vague kind you get from watching a machine approach. Zero warning means the incoming signal registers as maximally new, and your body responds with a startle reflex, sometimes a genuine jump, a spike in heart rate, even a small gasp. The less predicted the touch, the bigger the reaction. It's a sliding scale, not an on-off switch, and it's driven entirely by how much your prediction system saw coming. There's one more piece of evidence that confirms this whole prediction system is real, and it comes from cases where the system itself changes. Researchers have found that some people with schizophrenia are able to tickle themselves, something the vast majority of people simply cannot do. This isn't random, it points to a difference in how their brain links motor commands to sensory predictions. If the efference copy isn't generated properly, or isn't canceling incoming signals the way it normally would, then self-generated touch stops feeling muted. It starts behaving like touch from someone else, new, unpredicted, and worth reacting to. That single detail confirms the mechanism driving all of this. It's not about the ribs, the nerves, or the pressure. It's entirely about whether your brain predicted the sensation in advance. So here's the part that actually matters beyond ribs and giggles. That prediction system in your cerebellum isn't just a quirky reason you can't tickle yourself. It's your body's built-in off switch. It's the mechanism that looks at a signal and says, "This was expected. This is known. Stand down, nothing to see here." Your own finger on your own ribs gets waved through security without a second glance because your brain already checked its ID before it arrived. Your stress system runs on the exact same logic, just with a much bigger security team. Every day your body is scanning for what's expected and what's not. And here's the thing worth sitting with. A huge number of stress spikes you feel are not responses to actual danger. They're responses to the merely unexpected. A notification sound you didn't predict. A knock at the door mid-focus, someone appearing in a doorway when you thought you were alone in the house. None of these are threats, but because your brain never issued a forecast for them, they land at full strength, the same way a stranger's touch does, unmuted and flagged as urgent. You can actually borrow this expected versus unexpected framework and use it as a quick gut check. Here's how simple it is. Place a hand flat on your chest, right now if you want. Feel your own heartbeat, the rise and fall of your breathing. Notice how calm and unremarkable that sensation is. Your brain predicted it. It generated it. It expects it. There's no alarm response to your own steady breath, just like there's no alarm response to your own finger on your ribs. Now compare that to the jolt you get from a sudden noise, an unexpected knock, a phone buzzing when you didn't expect it. Feel the difference. One is muted by prediction. The other lands raw. That contrast is the whole reset. Once a day, or honestly whenever you notice tension creeping in, take 10 seconds to run this check. Hand on chest. Notice the calm, predictable sensation. Then notice the next unexpected interruption that comes your way. A sound, a message, a change of plans. Let yourself feel the difference between those two states. You're not trying to eliminate the startle or talk yourself out of it. You're just building a habit of noticing which category a stress trigger actually falls into. Because here's the pause this creates. Before you fully react to whatever just spiked your system, ask one simple question. Is this genuinely threatening, or is this just unexpected? A missed text isn't the same as a car swerving toward you, even though your body's first split-second reaction might treat them similarly. That question, asked consistently, starts to separate real signal from background noise. And here's the honest reframe worth carrying with you. Your body isn't malfunctioning when it reacts strongly to small interruptions, while ignoring bigger ongoing stress like sitting too long or skipping water all day. It's not broken. It's running the same efficient system that keeps you from tickling yourself. A system built to prioritize the new and unpredicted over the known and constant. That's not a flaw. That's a very old survival design, doing exactly its job, sometimes a little too enthusiastically for modern life. Try tracking this for about a week. Just notice, don't judge. How many of your stress spikes come from something truly threatening versus something that just caught you off guard? A buzzing phone, an unexpected email, a knock. You'll likely find the unexpected outnumbers the actually dangerous by a wide margin. Which brings the mystery full circle. Your own touch does nothing. A stranger's identical touch makes you jump. Same signal, same nerves, completely different verdict, all because one was predicted and one wasn't. So next time that happens, remember this: your brain isn't broken, it's just remarkably good at knowing what you're about to do. And that same skill, once you notice it, can help you tell a real threat from a false alarm every single day.